rolling.
Welcome back, everybody. Episode 72 of the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies Podcast.
Wow.
We are sponsored by Black Belt Digital Marketing. That's you usually do it that way. Black Belt Digital Marketing. Anything you need to build your business, website design, Google Ads, graphic design, they can help. You can check them out at Black Belt Digital Marketing on Instagram or on their website at bbdigitalmarketing.com. You can go there and actually like request a free online review. So like they'll go through, if you like a local business, give them your address, and they'll scour the internet for everything, including your website, give you like a grade on everything that's to do with your work and your business.
So like you just like input all your @s and all your...
No. You put your address and it bases it around like your local presence, but then it'll pull in your website, it'll pull in your social media. It will find everything that's out there about you, all the directories.
No way. And so you get your own little Yelp review? You get
and it looks for your reviews. It looks for social media. It pulls in if you're doing any ads.
Yeah.
Like it'll give you a grade on everything that you're doing for your business as it relates to the kind of, the online part of your business.
What's the acronym again for optimization?
SEO?
SEO.
Search engine optimization.
SEO.
So you got on-page SEO and you got off-page SEO. They can help with both.
Okay,
so like
cool.
Your on-page SEO is like your website, and then off-page SEO is like everything else that has your name and what you could do to get those to come up more and to Google to recognize.
This is over my head. I'm just going to go to Black Belt Digital Marketing.
Good question.
And I'll have them help me out.
Shout out to our friend George Hernandez at Hernandez Claims. He is a public adjuster who can help settle commercial and residential insurance claims on your behalf. Now, he just got licensed in Texas, so congratulations, George. So now you can call him for... somebody vandalizes your home or your business.
Got it.
Storms, hurricane season, right? Coming up in June, right?
Those big freezes that are starting to happen now in Texas.
Yeah, exactly. You have damage to any part of your home or business, give them a call. They will work with your insurance company on your behalf, so they get you the most that they possibly can, right?
Yeah, Gordon Ryan's in Texas now. He could just knock your house over, maybe.
Check them out at Hernandez Claims on Instagram or their website, hernandezclaims.com. Built by Black Belt Digital Marketing.
Of course. I didn't know where you were going with that. Put me on the spot.
Listen, big shout out to Sean and his crew from Flow and Roll. Got my Flow and Roll on today.
Yep.
Hands down the best custom gi and no gi gear in the business. If you don't believe me, just go to their IG, look at the images, look at the stuff that they put out. It's amazing. We know that there's something cool coming. We're not going to say what it is. But don't believe us. Check out their Instagram at flow_n_roll. And their website, just flowandroll.com.
Hey, their Instagram's just a fun follow.
Yeah, I can't post something before Sean's like reposting it, liking it, commenting.
Yeah,
he's awesome with
he's
that.
Active. And he's also easy to reach. And I've heard that from other people that have come up to me. And if you just DM them, just slide on in there.
I'm going to say this to you, like we've talked about this a little bit, and I'm not going to give too many details. But if you are especially like a new gym or a new academy, you know the expense that goes into getting like starting to stock gi, like gis, belts, no gi equipment, no gi, shorts, rash guards. It's a huge expense. He's got a way that you can work with him with a lot less out of pocket than you would think.
Yeah.
So reach out. I'm telling you, it's an amazing program that he has that he will help you get what you need. Now, it doesn't just have to be a new gym, but like I'll say flexible payment options. Think of it that way, right? Like you can get what you need without having to break the bank. Concentrate on building the gym. Concentrate on your mats. Concentrate on getting your gym together.
Right.
And he's got programs that will help you.
And like I'm pretty privy. Like I talk to him all the time, so like I'm privy to him showing me some designs and stuff like that. He's able to whip them up pretty quick and then also just turn them around to you. So it's cool. He comes up with, it's not like you're talking to him about it. You talk to him about it. He'll make a proof. He'll send you that proof. And then you could have a discussion from there. And I think that's pretty cool.
You got a little something coming?
Huh? God knows.
So yeah, check them out again at flow_n_roll on IG or visit their website at flowandroll.com. And you can use code JJD at checkout if you're buying like t-shirts or a gi or even a belt. Again, they do embroidery, stuff like that. We've got...
I think you can buy plane tickets with JJD now.
Yeah, right?
We're getting there.
It's out there. So he's got our t-shirts. I just approved the proof for a keychain. You know, like those
the rubber ones.
the rubber ones with the like the belts that we had.
I still have it.
We've got a
like a rubber one of those.
A rubber logo. So that's coming. I believe it's already. We've got the proof done. It should be like going into production. Next is he's going to take over like the coffee mugs that I send out. So he's going to do that. And then what else do we have? And then we're going to work on a really, really badass
hash guard.
I have the rash guard concept. I've told him what it is. That's next.
Yeah.
And that is now we're going to have that for sale on his site.
Is it mesh? Is it going to be mesh?
No, it's going to be like the one you have.
No, I mean like just like a bunch of holes,
like the one you have.
Jerseys.
I know where you're going with it. No, it's not going to
from the 1990s.
No,
they come up to here.
Definitely not.
Ah, dang.
That stuff will be for sale on his website, but it's just as much for our guests. Right,
Okay.
I send our guests usually rash guard T-shirt,
The swag
coffee
bag.
mug,
The swag
and
bag.
a sticker.
Yeah.
So this is their swag bag. So next will be like the actual bag, like the backpacks
Yeah.
like the one that he gave us with the geese.
The
Then
duffel.
we'll have that bag. The
bag.
the one that the gi came
Got
in.
it.
Right,
Yeah.
you get a backpack with your gi. So
Yeah.
the gi, mug, maybe do the sticker. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the sticker. Keychain, T-shirt, rash guard, keychain, and mug, and then the backpack. So it'll be the backpack with the logo on it.
You're gonna be JJD'd out.
Well, it'll be, again, I love giving stuff to the guests. They are taking the time out of the day.
Sure.
A lot of times like they're missing a class or they have to get somebody to cover for them. So just like to send them a little something. And every once in a while, Sean will throw a little something, little flown roll, something in the bag too.
They're getting the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies bump.
Yeah, listen, my favorite messages that I get, they're getting the bump, he said. My favorite messages that I get, though, are like when like people send me like their coffee mug.
Yeah.
I got Amanda Levy sent me, she was
rocking
wrestling,
the shirt. She was rocking the shirt.
She was, after wrestling training, she had the shirt.
Look good on her.
I get like people like holding the mug up in the morning or like taking a picture with the mug. So
The coffee does taste better.
Yeah.
In that JJD mug.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get our guest in here. Well, and I didn't.
You forgot
I didn't
who
do
it
that.
is?
You forgot?
No, I didn't. I keep on forgetting to, like we've always said, Miguel's with me today.
I am.
Joining me today is
Usually
Miguel.
say riding
And
shotgun.
riding shotgun is Miguel.
Yeah.
And go ahead and give him your Instagram, which we put on the screen.
It's easy. I've been practicing all night. It's JJD_DJJ69 on Instagram.
And we got Bo behind the camera.
Hola.
Hola.
And we'll give him your IG handle now, too.
Usually we do it at the end.
Yeah,
but
we'll do it now, too, though, because you put him up anyway.
At BADWERKS.
The man,
Bad
the
works.
man behind the camera is the man that makes all the magic happen. All right, let's get our guests in here, guys. Let's do this. All right, everybody, joining us today is 16-year-old purple belt phenom, Trinity Pun. How you doing, Trinity?
Hey.
I'm good. How are you guys?
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is like a big deal. Like we just broke 70 a couple episodes ago. We've been doing this like 3 years. We only did like 2 episodes a month in the beginning. Now we do like 1 a week. So it's really cool, right?
It's super cool.
We can't wait for 100, but thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So let's kind of dive right in with just kind of like some background. Like, we know a little bit about you now. I did a little research, but let's tell everybody how you got your start in jiu-jitsu, because I think you kind of started with your sister, but then you stayed with it and she left. Tell us that story.
Yes. So originally I wanted to be like a ballerina, dancer, gymnast, somewhere in that field, which is the complete opposite. So then after my sister, she got into like martial arts. She watched a lot of the TV shows and stuff like that. And she was like, wow, this is cool. So she asked our dad to take us to like any martial arts school. And we didn't know it was jiu-jitsu specifically. We thought it was like karate or something like that. So anything she did, I did with her. So I ended up doing the class with her, and I didn't know what I was getting into. I was literally in a t-shirt and a skirt at the time, like a gym gym skirt. So I thought I had to dress up for this occasion. And then
Miguel has showed up at the gym in a skirt, by the way, just so you know. So that's he gets dressed up too.
I like to mix it up.
Yeah, so I had like all these bracelets and stuff on, and once we got there, I remember I had to like remove every like jewelry and stuff like that, tie my hair up. So I didn't know what I was getting into. So then we did the first class together, and she absolutely hated it. And I was like, okay, I think I'm the athletic type, So I kept sticking with it, and I'm still in it
was it
today.
immediate? Was it like that first class you knew like, oh, I like this, or did it take a few weeks or a few classes?
I think it took a few practices. I think I was 9 at the time.
Okay.
So I don't really remember exactly, but I just remember it was a thing I wanted to go again. Because I remember my dad asking me, like, did you have fun and stuff like that? I was like, yeah, that was kind of fun. So I went back for other classes.
So now you said you thought it was karate. Did your dad know that? Like, did he know the difference between jiu-jitsu and karate? Did he kind of know what he was bringing you to? Or you guys, none of you guys knew what was going on?
None of us
Wow.
knew. Yeah, none of us knew. I think he probably just looked up like the closest like martial arts gym or something and just found like Henzo Gracie Middletown.
I was wondering if he was just like, I'm going to get him into jiu-jitsu, but I'm not going to take it.
Is your dad like super lucky? I'm sorry. Is your dad like just generally a lucky guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's why he picked a good one.
And he trains at Miguel. We don't train at the same gym anymore. He trains at a Henzo Gracie down here in Weston.
Moved. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you don't just train at one gym, right?
I don't.
I like saw the list. I'll let you run down the list. You look over to the side. Do you have them all written down?
Yeah, I have the list over here.
Go ahead. Tell everybody. Tell us all the gyms that you train at
and what you get out of them.
So I train out of Orange County Fight Club, Henzo Gracie Middletown, Henzo Gracie Northern Valley, Henzo Gracie NYC, and for wrestling, Deep Roots Wrestling.
Wow.
Jeez.
That is, and are they all for different disciplines, or do you get like, is one better for legs, one's better for gi, one's better for no gi? Obviously, wrestling is wrestling.
Yeah. I just feel like to get better, you have to like travel different places and meet different people. So nothing specific, but just to get a different feel for each like teaching style and environment.
Now you trained at Henzo's in the city, right? Did you get to train with Danaher and that crew?
I did. Before they left, I got to go there in the morning times and sometimes in the night times as well. So when I didn't have school, I would take the trip down to the city in the morning and hang out with them for a bit.
Now, are you still going to school or do you do homeschooling?
I go to public school, so I fit in everything. So I would go to school in the morning, and then after school, I would do jiu-jitsu and stuff.
All right,
like that.
So let me tell you a quick story. So I'm watching one of your I was watching your match with Savannah. It's like I think you were like 13, right?
Yeah,
I don't know how to say her last name. That's the only reason I'm not saying her last name. How do you know how to say her last name?
I don't. No, I always
Savannah D. We'll call her. Everybody knows like Savannah. Yeah. So I'm watching your match today. My 18-year-old daughter comes home from school, and it was kind of like, I'm like, that girl's 13 in this video. And I start talking, my daughter has no interest in martial arts or jiu-jitsu. Yeah. But I'm telling him, like, you see, like that girl fought people who are like professional MMA fighters and beat them. Imagine like doing that in your spare time and then just like going to school. Is it like, are you normal, or does everybody know? And it's just like, oh my God, like, are people like all over you and want to know about it? Or is it just like, no, I'm just normal, go to school. It's like, I go to cheerleading. No, I go to jiu-jitsu.
Are you normal?
Yeah, that was pretty hard.
No, not you normal, but like to other people, are you like a normal kid? Or are people looking at you going like, oh my God, that's that girl that chokes people? You know, do like people know? Do they get engaged with it? Or do they just like, whatever?
I'm more of a private person. So throughout like middle school and like the beginning of high school, no one knew I did martial arts and stuff. People always known me as like the quiet girl who just like sits in class and does her work. And only like my closest few like friends knew I do martial arts. But now it's like starting to get out more because people are like finding it through socials and stuff and word to mouth and stuff like that. My friends love to brag about like, oh my God, do you know she could kick butt and stuff like that as a joke and stuff. And they're always excited for my competitions and stuff because they follow me on socials too. So they always see the upcoming matches and stuff, and they're always excited for me.
I have a follow-up question. So you said you were quiet and they're just now finding out. So when you were quiet and you would come into school with a limp, a black eye, you know, like your shoulder hurt, because I know that's happening. Yeah. Like did anybody confront you about it, or you were just like, just quiet?
Yeah, no one really asked me about it. And usually when I get jiu-jitsu injuries, I make them not noticeable. So I kind of hide them. But yeah, the one time I actually got hurt wasn't from like jiu-jitsu. I came into school with like, I don't remember, it's like crutches or something, but it was like from a gym basketball game or something, but it wasn't from jiu-jitsu. And then the one time I came into school, I think I like tore my MCL or something. And I had to do a show and tell that day too. So I remember just telling the class why, like what happened, but I don't think anyone understood what actually happened. It was just more like a statement and everyone forgot about it. So
I didn't know what an MCL was till I was 30 and I tore mine.
I didn't know until I found out.
I think again probably at that age, if that was early on, everybody thinks, it's karate.
Yeah.
Everything is karate.
Yeah,
everything martial arts.
Yeah,
you say jiu-jitsu, it's karate. You say taekwondo, it's karate. So
yeah.
That's awesome. That's such a that must be like such an interest. That must be like almost like being Spider-Man. Like like only like 3 people know that you're Spider-Man.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
And then you're just walking around. You just choke people out in the hallway.
So your sister completely no jiu-jitsu. What does she do? Does she go into something? She find something that she loved?
She's studying to become an orthodontist now, so totally the complete opposite.
Oh wow. Older? Yeah. She's older?
By a year.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 18.
No,
2 years now because her birthday. So yeah, she's 18.
So she wants to be an orthodontist. What do you want to do, or is this it?
Yeah, this is my goal. So my goal is become the youngest ADCC champion and become the best. So this is my path.
Yeah.
What's the lowest weight class in ADCC for females?
It's only the 2.
There's 2, but what's the lowest? Yeah. What's the weight?
I don't know in kilograms, but I think it's 132 pounds.
Okay.
It's over or under, right? You're either over or you're under.
It's under 132 or above.
Yeah, right. So there's only really the 2 weight classes.
Okay,
right?
yeah, I knew there was 2. I just don't remember what the weight classes were.
The cutoff is.
So you're definitely under 132.
I weigh around like 130 to like 135. It bounces from there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you have to do. Have you done any of the trials yet?
I did the practice. What was it for the East Coast?
East
the
Coast
most
trials?
recent one.
Okay.
Yes, I've done
And
that.
how'd you do?
I ended up losing in the quarterfinals to a Darce, I believe. So yeah, I made it decently far.
So how far do you have to go to still be able to move on, right? Because it's not just like the winner moves on, right? It's like the top 3 at least move on. Do they move on to the next stage?
There's multiple trials, so.
Yeah.
Are you going to do the West Coast trial?
I am doing the West Coast
All right.
upcoming trial.
And not only that, you have a match coming up too.
I do. I have Emerald City this Saturday. You can watch it at Flow Grappling, of course. And I have next week. I have Subs on the Shore in Texas.
Okay.
And then the following, I have Sub Domestic Violence, and they're all like leading up to the trials. So I'm getting ready for it.
So this is going to air after that. What's your prediction?
I'm gonna take the dub.
I'm gonna take the dub. Let's go. I'm gonna be rooting for you.
Do you know yet who you'll be fighting?
For which?
What's that?
For which?
I'm thinking ADCC. That's not something that you know yet. But for the
okay.
You're fighting who this weekend?
I don't know their names.
It doesn't matter. That's all. McGregor doesn't matter. They're all the same.
I don't really follow it. Yeah, I just know I have somebody.
It's a body.
That's good.
It's a body. I'm gonna kill it.
That's a train of thought that some fighters have. Mostly 2 trains of thought. Some people will study the other person, and that's okay. And then some people just believe in their game and they know what they want to do, and then they enforce their will.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's you.
Yeah, I'm the second one. I just do my thing. I don't really study my opponents. I just believe in my jiu-jitsu and how good I am.
That's awesome.
How old were you when you had that MCL injury?
It was, I think I was 13 too, or was it 12? 12 or 13.
Was it a tear or a sprain? Were you out for a while?
Yeah, it was a tear. I think it was out for like a month and a half or 2. Ooh. So it was like one of my worst injuries in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The kids have that. They heal quick.
Well, MCLs, luckily MCLs have blood flow to them and they actually do heal.
Faster.
Whereas, they just they heal. Whereas ACLs, like PCLs, those really don't heal on their own.
Yeah.
And when you're younger, they do heal way better. As you get older, not so much.
So again, since this will air after, is there anything that you're working on right now? Like any holes in your game that you feel like I need to, strengthen myself here?
I'm working on all my areas. I'm using these competitions that are coming up as a practice run, but in the same time, of course, I'm trying to win. But wherever I see a hole in there, I'll patch up and fix up and get ready for the next one. And whatever I need to do from there is what I'll do to correct my game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But nothing specific. Whatever I need help on, I'll see it in my videos and stuff.
And,
so I'll fix it from there.
Do you primarily pick a style like I'm going to pull guard and I'm going to do this? Or are you more of a reactive type of fighter where it's like, I'll see where the match goes and then I feel comfortable there?
Sometimes it goes either way. I would usually go for what I'm going for first, but if it's not going to work, then I'll adjust my plan and see what would like work to get around whatever's blocking me from preventing me from doing my own move. Right. So it depends on the situation every time, but I'm usually comfortable doing my own game.
That's right. And are you comfortable also like with getting coached as you're rolling?
Yeah, I sometimes I just completely can't hear my coaches, so I'll just remember what they told me, like what my professor tells me before the match. But I try to take advice and hear. If I'm like in a bad position, I'll listen out and hear for areas and advice. I
see that a lot where like the professionals, when they're fighting and they're just like in a spot where they're stuck, but they could control the position. So the other person's not advancing. They just like, you just see them. They're like, look over.
Eyeballs to the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
help me.
What do I do?
Get him off of me.
Yeah. Well, in her case, it'd be her. Do you fight? Do you fight men?
What happened?
Or train with
no,
men?
I know she trains with men. Well, that's you can't avoid that. I'm saying, like, have you ever been in a competition where you had to go against, like in a men's division or a boys division or something like that?
Yeah. So when I was younger, I used to do the boys team division. They would mix the girls and the guys together in the same division. So yeah, I faced them before. That's
cool. Do you have any cool stories about that? Like any one match?
Face them and beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly that. I don't remember an exact match, but I remember it was fun going against boys too. Mm-hmm. I was like, I beat up a boy and stuff like that, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do you ever make any of them cry?
I think I made a couple of them cry before, yeah.
You're not really in control as a young boy. You're not really in control of that type of emotion. Yeah. And you're like, now if I get beat up by a woman or anybody, like I just have like, okay, that person, whatever it was better than me. And if anything, I'm going to internally struggle on what, it happens. Dude, I get beat up by 16-year-olds. Like you just saying the word Darce like 5 minutes ago, like gave me PTSD because there's this one kid in my gym, right? Like his arms are super long and he's super talented and he's super young and he teaches there and he trains all the time. So it's a death trap. This guy could get a Darce from across the room. Like,
do you teach in any of your academies? Or is it strictly training for you?
I've been mostly training and I do a couple privates.
Okay.
So yeah.
And you do
no official class. Yeah.
You're doing seminars too, right? People can
I'm
reach
open
out.
for them.
You're open for them.
Yes, they can reach out to me.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you done any yet?
I haven't.
Okay.
Mostly on private.
Yeah, let's go.
We're gonna get you.
We're gonna push for one. What would you teach? What would you teach in your seminar? Like, let's say.
I don't know. We have to plan it out.
You gotta have a game plan. What's your bread and butter?
Triangle.
Yeah.
I love my triangle.
From where? Like standing up?
Anywhere.
Anywhere? Do you do flying triangle?
Maybe not standing, but mostly on the ground.
All right.
I saw the match that I saw today with Savannah. I think you just triangled her head, right? But then she got the arm and leg underneath.
Yeah.
Yes.
As the kind of
I feel like getting perpendicular is the key.
Yeah.
With the triangle.
But she got it so quick. Like her legs just.
Yep, it was fast.
I was talking to my daughter and cooking lunch, and I'm just like, "What just happened?" I had to go back. It was like, how'd she wind up here so fast? It was just like,
I just recently learned that the leg that goes over the shoulder is the one that's on the bottom.
Oh, you mean what do you mean?
When you do a triangle, I just thought it was like whatever.
Like the lock.
Yeah, the lock. The one that goes, there's an arm in, and then there's a leg that goes over the.
Oh, okay. So you mean when you first get the triangle?
When you first get the triangle, the leg that goes over the shoulder, that's the arm out, should go under. Okay. I just learned that.
Because then you're grabbing that leg.
I know. Brown belt.
No, it's not that. I guess it's like one of those things I don't think about anymore. Yeah. But I also know that sometimes you're like in a weird position and it doesn't lock that way.
Yeah.
And then you have to grab your leg and then pull it down. It happens.
I'm getting there.
I do like that she like I like grabbing getting the arm in there and grabbing it underneath, and then you're choking them.
Yeah.
Give them that little extra choke, especially if they're strong or they can't get their arm.
And you're primarily focused on no-gi, right?
Yeah, I actually started with gi too, and then because at first my gym didn't have a kids program for like no-gi, so all I did was gi, and then after a year later, I did like the adults class, which had a no-gi. Mm-hmm. So I was like completely like new to no-gi at first because I didn't even know no-gi was like really a thing. So then I slowly kind of switched over to no-gi within time, but I used to do like gi and no-gi together, but then I started focusing on no-gi more.
How do your hands
feel?
So
that's like my main thing right now. I think gi really like strengthened my grip a lot. And at one point I remember it was like cramping and everything. I was like, it's definitely from the gi and stuff. So I don't miss the grips because they hurt my arm, my hands, but they definitely strengthen them, which
it's a give and take.
Huh?
So I'd like to know what is a normal training day. You know, you wake up in the morning, take us through your day.
Is it a school day?
The school day at first. So every day is like different for me. So I have a set like plan. So one day, of course I wake up in the morning to go to school. And then after, sometimes I would like go to the gym and lift and then go to wrestle and stuff. Or sometimes I have school and then jiu-jitsu, or sometimes I have a private, then wrestling and stuff like that. So it changes all the time. And then sometimes it's set for jiu-jitsu only. So yeah, it changes every day.
Is that obviously with the weekend? Are you training on Saturday and Sunday as well? Are you a 7 day a week person? 6 days a week.
I train 6 days a week, but technically 7. But 7, I take it. It's like Sundays, I take it lighter, so it's like my rest day. So I would like only drill or do like.
I like rest. You rest day. It's not even really. You're still working out. Well,
you could tell she trained, with like the Danaher squad because they don't take any days off.
Yeah.
It's just like when you don't feel like rolling, you do active recovery. You stay in motion always.
Yeah. And you say you weight training as well? Do you weight train?
Oh yeah. So technically on my light days too, I would like light lift and stuff like that, or I would do privates with my professor to touch up on stuff and get a topic that I should work on like the whole week and something I should progress in.
And do you have anybody reminding you that you're 16 and you should have a good like life work balance? Because I mean you do have a job. At this point, like you're very mature. Do
you look at it like that? Do you look at it like this is my job, or it's not? This is what I do, but is it a job? Do you feel like that?
I feel like I'm having so much fun with it. I don't even notice it's like a job. So it's like so normal for me. Yeah.
That's inspiring.
It doesn't like stress me out or anything. So it doesn't like affect.
Keep that attitude. I wish I could train all the time, but I got like responsibilities.
I mean,
you have responsibilities too. What I'm saying, it's like you're coming up where like this is part of your daily routine. Whereas like I added this to my routine when I was 35.
What's the, like, tell me about your family. Like your mom and dad, do they split up taking you around? Is it like somebody's job gets you there?
Ooh,
no, this is funny. Okay. So I have a personal Uber driver, my dad.
Oh my gosh, that's so smart.
Take me everywhere. Yeah, he's the one that takes me everywhere. He takes me to all my competitions. He travels with me. He's literally my personal Uber driver and everything.
You can call him an assistant. It's okay. We won't tell him.
No, that's okay. Hey, as a father, I would 100% do this for any of my children.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would too. I think it's natural. Yeah. Here's just kind of like my sneaky kind of way of thinking. Has your dad thought about actually signing up for Uber and then you actually pay for the Uber so that way that the cost is actually offset by when you pay him and he gets paid to actually drive you to the places?
I think she has more fun calling him her Uber driver.
Yeah, free rides.
Hey, I'm just saying, get some tax deductions, man. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you to DD214 Fightwear, gear for patriotic rollers. Visit their website, dd214bjj.com, and get 15% off your online order with code JJD. And check them out on Instagram at dd214_Fightwear. Thank you to Feito IT and AV, specializing in commercial and residential automation, security cameras, CCTV, POS, and more. Check them out at feitoitav.com or call 305-428-2515 and let them know the Dummies sent you. All of us here at the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies would like to thank the entire crew over at Flow and Roll for their tremendous support. They're renowned for their incredible t-shirt designs, and they've got something for everyone. Flow and Roll quickly rose up to become the premier custom apparel provider for academies, big or small, throughout the United States. Shoot them an email about your custom order, flowandroll@gmail.com, and they'll be more than happy to get you hooked up. Check them out on Instagram at flow_n_roll for samples of their gi and no-gi kits. They conveniently offer flexible payment options, too. Head over to flowandroll.com for more details, and while you're there, pick up a Jiu-Jitsu Dummies signature tee, now exclusively at flowandroll.com. And remember, you'll get 20% off your online purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD. Special thanks to George Hernandez, Claims Adjuster. Have you experienced damage in your residential or commercial property in the states of Florida or Texas from flood or fire, storms, theft and vandalism, even sinkholes, just to name a few? Don't get stressed out dealing with your insurance provider. Call George Hernandez today and let the professionals get you the most compensation possible. Visit HernandezClaims.com or call 305-712-6751 to get help now. And stay in touch with them on Instagram at Hernandez Claims. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe wherever you're listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, click the bell to be notified every time we upload new videos.
So how often are you guys? How often are you traveling? Is it obviously you got the big competitions, but are you traveling constantly every weekend?
Yeah, we're always traveling, even for training. So like the city is like an hour and a half, 2 hours for us. Northern Valley is like an hour and a half for us as well, and Deep Roots is like 30 minutes. OCFC is around 30 minutes as well too. So it's always traveling, constant traveling.
Do you sit in the back and make him feel like an Uber driver?
I do. I actually do.
That's awesome. Right?
You know, I used to go fishing up near Middletown.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know a town in Florida, a little bit south of there?
She's in New York.
She's in New York,
yes,
bro.
Yes. It's a town called Florida.
Oh, a town called Florida?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're upstate New York, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
I grew up on Long Island, so very far away from where you were. But I went to college for 1 year in Albany. So that's like I went all the way up to where it's like freezing. But where are you? Like you said, 2 hours outside of the city?
Yeah, it's around 2 hours. Yeah.
And then how far are you? I think you go to Henzo's in. Where do you go in New Jersey? What gym is in Jersey?
Northern Valley.
And how far is that from you?
That's like an hour.
Yeah.
What do you do with your time?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Are you on TikTok while your dad's driving?
No, I'm literally passed out asleep every time.
Yeah.
I'm always taking naps everywhere. Yeah.
Poor dad.
Hey, I
listening to.
I just want to let you know that you are already prepared to be a successful person in the military if you ever choose to do so.
I don't think she needs to go there.
If you could fall asleep on command like that, that's that.
Yeah.
That's a skill you need to learn.
Do you ever have your lazy days like the rest of us? Like, I really just don't want to go today. And does anybody let you not go train?
I usually don't let myself get there. So I don't usually ever skip. I always have a set time and I'm like, I have to go because I have a lot of free time in between too. So I don't want to really waste that time as well. So I just get up and do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a lot of discipline.
That is.
I'm like, I ate too much for lunch. I'm not going to train today.
I'm like,
we're old men. We're old. We're old. We'll just say we're.
Yeah. I try not to. It's very rare for me to skip, but I only train. I train a whopping 3 times a week.
Yeah.
So
we need a day or two between trainings to recover from our 1 hour sessions.
Oh, no, it's different with me. Yeah. It's if I train 5 days a week, I will be not married anymore.
Recover. It's more like resurrection.
My wife used to not like when I did that a lot.
Well, no, it's just like I really do have stuff to do. I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any intention of like is owning a gym in like the back of your mind, like or trying MMA? Is any of that like in the cards for you in the future?
Definitely opening a gym in the future is an idea, but MMA, I'm not really into it. And
not sure about getting hit in the face.
Yeah. I actually did do Muay Thai when I was 10, I think 10 to 12. And I remember like doing the punching and kicking stuff. And I remember the big headgear thing to protect you from getting hit. And it wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
So I just stuck with jiu-jitsu.
I used to actually, I did a little bit of Muay Thai and like kickboxing, and we called it MMA because then did like an hour of Muay Thai and then you worked it into your ground training, and ground fighting. But I was like made me claustrophobic, so I couldn't wear it. I was just like, okay, I'll take the hit because it just made me. It brought me back to when my sister used to put me in our toy box and sit on it and like lock me in, like she wouldn't let me out. Yeah. So like I don't know, when I put it on, I get like these feelings like I'm not scared. I could be in a closet or I could be in a small space, but it made me feel really confined, and I'm like, I can't wear this. It's like I would just take it off.
So you're pretty close to driving yourself now.
I have a permit right now, but I don't really drive a lot as well.
All that driving and you're not driving?
Yeah.
You got a permit.
He mostly drives around, and he comes around. He like stays and watches me train too.
Yeah.
So
do you think
I don't really need to drive.
Do you think he's gonna like be sad, like when your kid goes away to school for the first time, when you're just like, no, I got it. I'm gonna drive to my trainings today.
He's always gonna be with me. My dad's always gonna be with
awesome.
me. So.
That's good though. That's good that she has somebody going with her.
The ride or die dad.
Yeah, you're still. I mean, I have a 28-year-old daughter, and I still look at her like she's my little kid.
Yeah.
It's like protective, and this one that's 18, it's just like she's not an adult. That's not an adult at 18.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? There's like a little girl. She still complains about having to take out the dishes. That's not an adult yet.
True.
We
need to make her dad a T-shirt. Ride or die dad.
Yeah, right. With the Uber logo.
Yeah, with the Uber logo.
Yeah.
So we had a couple of you. I'm guessing training partners and friends. So I think you probably saw some of these. They commented. Sophie Dog 922. Do you know who that is?
Oh yeah.
She said, "Ask Trinity, does she miss her favorite training partner?"
Of course, I miss her. I love to train with her. I used to always train with her down at Studio 84 before the gym shut down. It was like a 3-hour ride for that one.
Oh wow!
But it was always worth it. It was always worth going down and seeing all my friends and training partners.
So 3 hours, get 3 hours back. Your dad would just drive that in one day. Was there like you're not staying over and not getting a hotel or staying with a friend?
No.
Wow.
No, it was always a there and back trip.
I hope that you're spending a lot of money on your dad for Father's Day.
Yeah.
Father's Day, Christmas. He better have like 2 gifts from you, at least.
Yeah.
Wow.
We would always get back at like 1 or like 2 a.m. depending how long it takes. But usually like by 1 a.m. we're home and stuff like that. Wow. So it would be a whole day trip.
You seem like you know how lucky you are. I don't think anybody's got to be like, treat your dad good.
Yeah.
I can see it when you smile when you're talking about him. That's good. All right. So another one. So you had, let's see, FTP, Bearish BJJ. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
They said, ask Trinity if she misses her BFF.
Wow. 2 in a row, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that another trading partner? BJJ, I'm assuming, right? Duh.
Yeah. One of my coaches too.
Okay.
That's cool.
All right. And then our last question that we got was train angry MMA. I like that.
That's a good one. Just train angry.
It kind of goes along with you, be a bully. I'm like, I don't want to be a bully. Like sometimes you got to be a bully.
Sometimes you got to be a bully.
And I mentioned this is kind of funny because I know like I haven't done a competition in years, but when I did, that meal after competition was just like I just wanted to stuff my face. Mm-hmm. They ask her what her favorite thing to eat is after a match.
What is it?
Okay, so I don't have anything specific that I like to eat. I would usually just go out with my whole team and celebrate the win or loss, and anything they want to kind of eat, I'm down for.
Cheeseburger.
So nothing
deluxe.
specific. So I don't have a specific favorite food.
What is your specific? You got to be
cheeseburger deluxe, man.
Right,
everybody loves a cheeseburger deluxe after working out or fighting.
No, not really. big meteor coming. Nobody's surviving. You get to eat whatever you want. What is it?
I really like sushi. So
All right.
Hold on.
I would get sushi.
That's too broad for me. What kind of sushi? Because I love sushi too.
Okay, I forget what it's called, but I think it's like a fried tempura
dragon roll
with crab. I forget.
Oh, the volcano roll that's got like the seafood stuff on top of it with the orange sauce.
Dragon roll.
That sounds like a lot. I get like a shrimp tempura roll.
It has a shrimp sticking out. I forget what's it called.
That's usually like a shrimp tempura roll. I just went to Fat Boys.
That's a good one. Oh, I went to Fat Boys too.
There's a new. They've been there for a little bit now, but I think they started right at the beginning of COVID. A restaurant called Fat Boys or Fat Boy.
Fat Boy Sushi.
Oh, okay.
Fat Boy PHAT.
Yeah.
And the
pretty hot.
Sushi is amazing.
They have
like one of these places. We're in Florida, so like they play like music really loud. You know, like unbearably loud while you're eating.
Signs.
Yeah.
They have. Did you try the fried bok choy?
No,
dude. Get the fried bok choy next time.
I like they have like ramen noodles and stuff like that. That's one of my favorite meals. I went to a business meeting and it was like he let me choose and I'm like sushi. It's got to be sushi.
Yeah.
But I don't eat anything raw. Everything I eat is tempura. Everything is fried.
Oh really?
I can't eat
you know what? There's not. I don't shame people for that. It tastes good. It's yummy.
Get a little like tuna, like a little
spicy tuna roll
on top. So
tartar.
All right, so we're going to go into, again, we don't have to do these fast, but we're going to do a little bit of our speed round questions. So I know Miguel asked you before. So again, I got like 7 questions, but I do want to, I'm going to elaborate on these. So you mentioned that you prefer no gi right now. Are you doing gi at all, or is that just backburnered?
I haven't been really training gi, but I could always put on a gi anytime someone asks me to.
So you're ready to compete? You'd be ready.
I'm ready for gi too.
Yeah. Do you do like do you do IBJJF gi competitions, or will you just do like their no gis?
I have never done one before, but I would like to.
Yeah. Never done an IBJJF? You mean you've never done a gi IBJJF competition?
I've never done IBJJF and gi. Yeah.
Okay.
I've done gi competitions before, but just not IBJJF.
Yeah. Is it just? Are you again? I know you're young, but I mean, you're in this world. Like, is it? Gi is kind of on the way out, or is it just? Do you have more fun in the no gi? Is there a reason for you personally, or is it just kind of like this is the path that was laid out in front of me and I'm just taking it?
I feel like there's more shows available and like athletes getting paid in the no gi right now, but I feel like gi is still a thing. Like, of course, in these IBJJFs and all these competitions, but I feel like no gi is just more fun to watch. If that makes sense, it's more flowy and stuff. So I feel like it's getting more popular.
Yeah. Harder to stall,
Yeah.
I prefer the gi because I can control the pace. Again, I'm an older guy, big. I need to if I get tired, okay, got to grab a pant leg here, grab a collar, and I can, I'm
going to sound like a broken record here, but there's nothing worse in this world than 2 high-level black belts double guard pulling in a gi.
Oh.
Yeah.
The worst. If I see that, I'll be watching Flow or something, or just a fight to win or whatever, and it's like, black belt from blah 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 blah, super, and then they just,
or the opposite, they stand.
I go, it's like, okay, cool, I needed a drink.
I hate when they're just standing and pushing each other for the whole match.
No, so I grew up wrestling in high school, so I understand the art of a really good stand-up battle where they're really canceling themselves out. Yeah. But I also have a higher barometer
IQ, fight IQ for it.
Yeah, but for BS. I know what you're talking about when there's a real shoving match and there's no technique at all. I'm just all right, time for a drink.
Well, it's like they both so you could be very evenly matched with somebody and be like, oh wow, I'm about to go into their world. If I shoot this takedown, I could be on the bottom and now I'm in the world. Again, too big. When it's two big guys doing, you don't really see it on too many small guys. It's usually bigger guys are I'm not getting stuck under that huge guy.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Right? And that's also that's a fight IQ, something that you need to know, to a casual or something like that, which I'm not against. Just go ahead and watch and have fun. It is boring, but you also have to understand you've never had a 250-pound dude on top of you.
Yeah.
It's not nice. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if you weigh 250 pounds. I weigh, 195, and if I have a 195er on top of me, it's not nice. You don't want to be there.
Trinity, that leads me to the next question. You take down or pull guard? Which you prefer?
Pulling guard.
Yeah, always?
Not always, but I can go for a shot, but I just prefer pulling guard a lot more. I've been working on my wrestling too, so.
Okay.
What about same question, but on a person who's only been training for less than a year? Do you pull guard or shoot?
It depends. If they don't know how to wrestle, then maybe I'll take them down to test my shots and stuff. But
there you go.
I like guard pullers.
Be the bully.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we have that conversation on one of the last recent episodes where I say, you know, I'm 240 plus pounds. I'm about 5'10", 5'11". So most of my training partners are small. So if I take them down, it's like if I'm too aggressive, I'm the bully. I'm just going to be, when the guy weighs 150 pounds, 175, I outweigh them by so much that I come off like the bully. So I pull guard, and everybody's always surprised. Why is this big guy pulling guard? I'm pulling guard so that I don't hurt you. I don't hurt me. I don't hurt you. And you don't call me a bully. Yeah. And I don't want you to quit. I want you to learn jiu-jitsu. So I want you to, you know, come on, attack me. Like, I'm comfortable with you attacking me.
I just want to add that it's not any nicer anyways, because he pulls you into his guard, then he puts you into a lockdown, and then he goes for an electric chair, a banana split. And then if that doesn't work, then he sweeps you, and then he's on top of you anyways. But whatever. Yeah. He leaves all that out. Like I'm just saying.
It is a trap.
Yeah.
It's mostly a trap, but I don't know. So, all right. So next question. Who's your favorite competitor to watch? Do you have a favorite?
I don't really follow jiu-jitsu, to be honest.
There's another one.
That's a question that we usually ask too, but go on. Go ahead.
I don't have a favorite.
You don't have a favorite?
Yeah.
So we do ask that. You'd be surprised at the people, like high-level people who say they don't watch. Like Elizabeth Clay. You know who Elizabeth Clay is. She's like, I don't watch. She's like, I might like watch my friends' matches and I'll like zoom through it. She's like, I could be at an event and still watch it on my phone and not pay attention to it like when it was happening.
Yeah.
But I think it's like most people, like I do it so much, I don't want to then in my spare time be watching it. Is that it? Or is it just jiu-jitsu's boring? Jiu-jitsu's boring to watch other people do.
Doing jiu-jitsu is fun. So I don't really watch jiu-jitsu either. So if I do like see something, it would be my professor telling me, go watch this really quick to see what like you could fix and stuff during my match or other people's matches, what I could do to like implement that in my game. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't really watch jiu-jitsu in my free time.
Yeah. You gotta sleep. You gotta sleep.
It's harder the more the more that I watch less jiu-jitsu now because of this. Now we've gone to 4 episodes, but like if there's, I like to put stuff on in the background. So like the TV will be on, I'll put on flow, and I might be just running around the house doing stuff and then like catch the match. And
I've started prioritizing my life more. So like
around jiu-jitsu?
No, not around jiu-jitsu. So I've really focused on the UFC, and then it has to be like a match that I want to watch if it's jiu-jitsu. Because just like I've just been spreading myself too thin. Yeah, I'll stay up to like I'm addicted. I get addicted to stuff real easy, and then I also get like obsessed with it. So if I get into something, it's game over for my life.
Your family and his kids. Yeah. But there's so much jiu-jitsu now, though. I mean, again, I'm not surprised that you said that because again, we hear it from a lot of high-level people. But there's just so much. It's overwhelming. Like if I watch one, especially when we do the podcast, people will be like, oh, do you know so-and-so? And I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, he won this invitational here and this, that. And he won 10 grand over here. And I'm just like, I can't watch everything. Yeah. You know? But
I honestly hope that when you're like in an old folks home, you're like, oh, I never got to watch, you know, like Marigali. Yeah, like I never got to watch Marigali versus Leandro Lowe, you know, in Worlds.
And you're watching it like at 80. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what is your ultimate goal? We kind of talked about the gym thing, but what is your ultimate goal in the world of jiu-jitsu? What do you want to leave behind? I know you're young for that question, but you think you can answer that?
Yes. So first goal right now, the most closest goal right now is to become youngest ADCC champion. Mm-hmm. And then obviously become the best. And then later on be able to teach, near future, hopefully, be able to teach seminars, privates, and open a gym in the future too. So
okay,
spread jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know who the youngest ADCC champion has been? Do you know what that mark is?
I think it's 19.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think it's 19.
How old's Cole Abate?
He's 16. He's 7. He just turned 17.
Got him. Got him, Trinity.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Cole.
You're always a year behind him. Let's go. I don't know. He might. I mean, he just won the trials, right? Yeah. The East Coast trials?
He did.
And now he's going to do the West Coast trials as well. He didn't go down to Brazil. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
And man, yeah, I hope you get it. I don't know. It'll be a good battle.
Is there anybody out there that you have like again, I know you don't watch, but do you know like a younger competitor that like, that guy's he's a little bit younger than me and he's good, or a girl? Is there anybody out there that you know about that's like, oh, they might take this title from me?
I don't know anybody.
No, okay.
Yeah, I don't follow it enough.
I love it.
So with in all of your travels, I always like this question, and it's again sometimes it's weird for people that they got to think. They go in their mental filing cabinet. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you on the mats or at a competition? And even let's extend it with like being on the road with your dad. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened?
It's happened to me?
Yeah, has anything?
Nothing too crazy, I don't think.
I
can't really think of a
somebody
scenario.
threw up next to my head.
Oh.
You know, like stuff like really weird stuff like that, or like breaks and fingers and stuff like that.
Well, during the East Coast trials, I did see this person pass out like in front of like the side of the mat, like one of the spectators, and it just drew like a whole crowd, and then the ambulance and stuff were called. So that happened. Oh. And no one knew what happened at first.
Yeah.
Someone thought it was a side match happening, and I was like, I don't think it's a side match.
I think I remember that. Like everybody ran off like the side of the mat. I thought it was like a fight.
Yeah.
Wasn't that in Atlantic City, the East Coast trials?
That was.
Yeah. There was a whole bunch of stuff. There was like a weird fight between like I think like Wagner's kid and like some. There was like a bunch of weird
Wagner's
stuff happening.
Kind of like pushed him and he's like, remember that he's a kid. Remember that he's
16. Yeah. Achilles. So. Kira Gracie, 19 years and 11 months.
Okay.
Before her.
Get after
ADCC.
it. ADCC champion. Youngest ADCC champion. You got this.
You're going to get it this year, but if you didn't, you still have 2 more years.
Yeah, and you got to beat Cole.
Correct.
You got to do it before Cole.
Are you into shoes? Are you like a sneakerhead?
Not a big sneakerhead.
Not a big, okay.
Flip-flops. Well, I'm sure you have lots of flip-flops.
I don't know. Cole Abate's shoe game is...
Yeah. It's a very strange question.
I just wanted to like get comparisons. You know what I'm saying? Between these 2 young people that are...
All right. I'm interested in this next one because, again, a lot of times, hey, we're talking to people that have been around in the game for, or like 20s in their 30s. If you could go back in time
2 years ago.
Yeah, right. way back when you were a kid. No. Well, if you could go back in time and talk to yourself before the very first time you stepped on the mat, what would you tell yourself?
I would have told myself, why did I even think about doing ballet and like dance and stuff in that field? Because now if I look back, I would not want to become a ballet dancer. No offense to any ballet dancers. But
we just lost all our ballet dancing jiu-jitsu listeners.
Yeah.
Thanks, Trinity.
All 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't see myself as like a dancer or a ballet dancer, anything in that field. I feel like jiu-jitsu was meant for me.
You said something before. You said gymnast too, right? You threw gymnast in there, like you. Mm-hmm. I was a gymnast when I was a kid. Believe it or not,
I believe it.
And I get to practice. I do like a really cool cartwheel pass. Sometimes I just do the cartwheel on the side of them, but I know how to like hold somebody do that. I did a cartwheel. I did a cartwheel just like next to my coach when I was rolling. He was like, he pulled guard.
He posted that on. He posted that on.
He pulled it from the security camera and posted it on Facebook. And he was just like, "What is going on here?" So, I did it as a joke to him because I wouldn't, that's why I did it off to the side and not like on him. But I did it like right next to him and it came out the other side.
That video had like 400 views on it. I was 380 of them that viewed it.
The only way that you could pull off doing that is if you don't use your hands when you do the cartwheel. That's a man's card.
That's
too high level for me.
Hold on,
that's
sister.
A manly card here.
I grew up with 2 sisters, 1 television, no Netflix. In the 90s, that's called an illusion, and I only know that because I was forced to watch all of the Olympics, the gymnastics in the summer, and just because my sister was also very into gymnastics, she was a baton twirler, so I had to go to those practices. Because with your sister, right, where you go, she goes. I didn't really have a thing, so I got pretty good at baton twirling. Just don't want to my own horn. They asked me to be on the team.
I'm so using that against him, Trinity.
They asked me to be on the team. I said, no, thanks, not my thing.
They'll never live that down.
Okay, we have 2 more questions. So, do you have any regrets as it relates to jiu-jitsu or your jiu-jitsu journey?
I don't have any
like,
regrets.
I missed that competition, or I should have done this, or I wish I would have learned that leg lock. I wish I would have listened to my coach. None of that?
Maybe definitely some areas definitely listened to my coach at the time, but I've learned from that, so
yeah.
I got it out. Yeah.
I'm still like really impressed with your mindset. Like,
thank you.
at your young age, like it's really impressive, and I think you're setting a really good example for other young up and coming, jiu-jiteros and jiu-jiteras.
Are you like when you do those when you do the privates? Are those kids, or do you have adults that come to you for privates as well?
I only have kids right now, so they're under the age of 12 right now.
Oh, wow, that's great. Do you love that?
Yeah.
Do you like teaching?
I do. I really like it.
My favorite part of jiu-jitsu.
Well, I don't like it. I love it. I love it.
That is absolutely hands down. And I don't coach, but I did coach like when I first started. My coach just sometimes wasn't there, and like it was a brand new gym, and I had to help. And that's my favorite part of jiu-jitsu is just like seeing somebody that needs some help, and like if somebody's coachable, taking it, showing them something, and then seeing them use it. It's like it's a proud papa thing.
That's really where
you feel really good.
It's the best feeling.
Yeah, I'm like that with my work. Like I love training people. I love showing people stuff, and
that's really the true bread and butter for the future. Is that's where you're giving back from all the competitions all the time and stuff, and you really enjoy it. I was like that with autocross. I love teaching.
Since I can't do jiu-jitsu every day like you, I like this is the thing. Like we do this for fun, and this is like hopefully giving back, I guess, a little bit, right? Yeah.
I have this. He's been bringing this up a lot. I have this strange feeling that at the tender age of like 52, Milton is going to somehow find a way to open up a gym to teach. That's my prediction.
That's my prediction. I would never open up a gym.
That's my prediction, and I hope
that'd be great, dude. Seriously.
Well, so we're gonna.
Jiu-Jitsu
funny
Dummies.
enough, I'll share this with you as somebody. Hopefully, you'll come down and do a seminar with us or for us. So one of the things that we're gonna do, I'm okay with sharing this information. I've been keeping it a little bit of a secret, and these guys know. So we have to. I also own a marketing company, and I need the marketing company and the podcast studio to be in the same place. It just has to. It's like a full day of work, and then me and Miguel both drive separately, like an hour and a half down to Miami in rush hour traffic. Yeah, so not as bad as what you and your dad did.
We're not complaining.
So I'm gonna what I'm looking for is a space. I don't want to have a gym, but it's going to be a space with offices in the podcast studio, and then we're going to have mats where we can film, but it's going to be big enough to let our guests who come on or visit us in-house do a seminar while they're here. So hopefully, as you get a little bit older, maybe, or if you guys travel down to Miami, when we have that, we'll be able to have you come down. You can come in and do the podcast with us in the studio, and then like over a weekend, you can do a seminar, and we would help like set it up. And so that's kind of the next goal for us as this kind of all comes together. So hopefully, you'll come down and do a seminar with us. That's what I want, a gym that we just doing seminars in. Not going to have students, but I mean, I think we have a big enough following, and we know enough people locally that
going to be doing
that people will come in and attend your seminar and make some money.
It's a semi-cast.
Yeah. And the beach is right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right there.
Have you been to Florida? Have you been down to Miami?
I've been to Florida before.
Okay.
I forgot specifically where.
To compete? To compete, or did you go on vacation?
To compete, yeah.
Okay.
Competing.
So Tampa, Orlando,
Miami.
That's right.
Lauderdale, Miami are like usually where all the competitions are happening.
Miami Beach Convention.
We're up by Fort Lauderdale, but we come down to Miami to do the podcast. But again, like hopefully we'll get everything into one place so we could do a little bit more, and that's going to be kind of the next thing that we're going to do, because we do have guests that come like that or wanted to come from other parts of the country, and they're like, I could come. Let me see if I could set up some seminars down like the coast of Florida. So when we do that, hopefully you'll come on and you'll talk about your big ADCC win and how you were the youngest champion ever.
Let's go.
Okay, last question. Now, I know you said that you don't train in the gi anymore, or at least very rarely.
Yeah.
Do you wash your gi belt?
No, I
don't. No.
I
Why?
don't.
Yeah, bad. Hold on.
Okay. No. You can't wash your belt because I know it's gross and it's like sweaty and there's probably a lot of stuff that goes in your belt, but it's like you're washing your hard work away, you know? Like, of course, I wash my gi every single time I use it. Like the gi has to be washed. If not, then that's a red flag. But your belt, like, I just hang it on the side, and now when I touch it, it's kind of gross, but it's like all your hard work's been in it. You can't wash your belt.
It's the old school answer. It's the old school answer of,
Is this girl literally like a 45-year-old like coral belt trapped in a 16-year-old's body?
She's an old soul.
Don't worry. Listen, you're not alone. I'm a belt washer. But I wash now. I just got one of our sponsors gave me a new belt, so I just became a brown belt this past year. I have 2 brown belts, so now I actually haven't even washed the flow and roll one yet because I just got that. But I do wash my regular belt like once a month, and
once a month I wash it now. I've been washing it less. Because when it's brand new, it comes off so easily, right? It unties more, it doesn't have that, it's not too soft yet, which washing usually softens it up. But it always comes off, so I'm usually rolling and it's over there on the side and I'm not really even I'm so sick. I'm just like, I don't even tie it anymore. I'm just like, all right, it comes off the first time and I just throw it to the side.
Sean's going to come out
so
with
I've washed it even less, but I am a belt washer. I'm a belt washer and
Sean's going to come out with
not apologetic.
He's going to come out with a pre-wash version.
Yeah. So I like to have somebody or something to blame for how bad I suck at jiu-jitsu. So I just wash my belt. Because then I know it's like, I just washed away everything.
That's why I cut my hair.
You just washed your hard work.
We respect that you don't wash it. We usually lay into somebody a little bit more when they don't wash it. We'll talk about them a little bit more. We're not going to do that with you. We're not going to do that with you.
I have one more question.
Shoot.
Explain that Darth Vader poster.
Is that? I don't think that's our poster. Where are you are you in an office in your gym?
Yeah, this is not my poster.
This isn't your poster.
Really
okay,
I don't know anything about it.
It's an awesome poster, though.
Well, how cool is that? Yeah.
It's Darth Vader. For the listeners, it's Darth Vader in the middle of a war, holding an AR-15 with what looks like
he's also got his
it looks like he has an ACOG that might be a 5 to 10x, not quite sure.
Former military Trinity, so he knows what that actually
collapsible
is.
Stock. Whoever that is in the back room has horrible form, and that's what it is.
All right. So like I said, Trinity, stick around. Don't go anywhere. But thank you so much for coming on with us. Thank you for doing this. We really appreciate it. Good luck this weekend. This is going to air probably like in a week to 10 days, so it'll come out after your competition. So we're just going to say congratulations on your win this weekend.
Last week. No, when it comes out, the banner will be like, please listen to the winner of, and then
there you go. All right, Trinity, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Anybody you want to shout out real quick?
You can follow me on my Instagram at Trinity_pun_BJJ. My professor at SChristina_AJJ, and my sponsors, of course, VHTS for the best apparel, Fightback CBD for the best aid and recovery, and Hybrid Healer for best recovery and mobility. Thank you.
Cool.
Love it.
Awesome. So again, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. You take care, and we'll tag you when we put this out, okay?
Thank you.
Good luck this weekend.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Win.
Take care.
All of us here at the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies would like to thank the entire crew over at Flow and Roll for their tremendous support. They're renowned for their incredible t-shirt designs, and they've got something for everyone. Flow and Roll quickly rose up to become the premier custom apparel provider for academies, big or small, throughout the United States. Shoot them an email about your custom order, flowandroll@gmail.com, and they'll be more than happy to get you hooked up. Check them out on Instagram at flow_n_roll for samples of their gi and no-gi kits. They conveniently offer flexible payment options, too. Head over to flowandroll.com for more details, and while you're there, pick up a Jiu-Jitsu Dummies signature tee, now exclusively at flowandroll.com. And remember, you'll get 20% off your online purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD. Special thanks to George Hernandez, Claims Adjuster. Have you experienced damage in your residential or commercial property in the states of Florida or Texas from flood or fire, storms, theft and vandalism, even sinkholes, just to name a few? Don't get stressed out dealing with your insurance provider. Call George Hernandez today and let the professionals get you the most compensation possible. Visit HernandezClaims.com or call 305-712-6751 to get help now. And stay in touch with them on Instagram at Hernandez Claims.
All right, very cool.
How was that?
Incredible athlete.
That is
what like the mindset.
Yeah,
is where you were going there at the end.
That's the most. I'm impressed.
I did not have that mindset at 13. I was thinking about how I'm going to quit this next thing that my parents put me into.
She's 16.
I'm sorry, 16.
Which is even worse than 13. At 13, you're still
I have 13 in my head because one of the competitions I watched, she was 13, and I'm like, this girl's clearly older than her.
I think we have a little bit of a misconception, though, because we forgot that at 16, we're still kids. But we're actually...
No, again, go back, though. Like, she's been doing this since she was 9.
Yeah, exactly.
She was competing against women 25. Older than her at 13. It's crazy.
Her sport age is 25.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of said that before. Like, her mindset is like of an older...
No, you know what? At 16, I was already, second, third year of high school. I was very serious about wrestling. I get it.
Yeah.
And you know what? She's got a really good support group. What it sounds like, her father... Her coaches, her mother, if she ever gets her teeth messed up, her sister's got her back. So it's just, man, the girl's focused.
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
It's awesome.
Her dad's like my dad. My dad would drive me to an autocross to freaking California if he had to, just to like help me out.
I think most dads are like that, man.
My dad drove all the way up to Massachusetts for almost 5 hours just to bring my tires for an event, and then drove back that night.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good dad.
Rip.
I like that. I'm going to keep that in my back pocket.
Rip.
So, all right, let's change the subject here real quick because I've been dying to ask you this. So, we did the TikTok video last week.
Yeah.
That we put out that's been very popular of you naming 20 submissions, or excuse me, name as many submissions as you can in 20 seconds.
Is this when you want me to apologize to the jiu-jitsu community?
No.
I'm sorry I didn't say triangle. No. Okay. I was on the spot.
So you forgot triangle, Americana, all the basics.
It's not that I didn't forget it.
That's not my question. That's not my question.
20 seconds.
You're defending something I haven't even accused you of yet.
He's self-conscious.
I haven't even accused you. I'm definitely never going to rob a bank with you because you're already like, officer, I swear to God, we didn't do it.
Nah.
No, we tried to do it better.
No, I'm way better.
What the hell is a tetraplata?
All right. So if you have...
Is that a real thing?
Yes. Because
I looked on YouTube and I can't find it. Everybody was like, YouTube.
I got it. If you go to Flow Grappling and you watch Fix My Game,
okay,
and you watch the Levy episode, okay? He's from Australia.
Okay.
Right? His name's like it's like a hyphenated name.
Okay.
Right? He's young black belt. He's really good. So tetraplata is essentially a Americana while the arm is still trapped in an omoplata type position, but you're still cranking on it.
Okay.
And you roll through with it. It usually comes from like a failed triangle attempt, or you just honestly just set it up. He's really, really good with it.
There is
it's Levi Jones.
Okay.
Leary is his name.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I looked for it, I couldn't find it.
Mm-hmm.
But what people were commenting, so you're probably one of the most famous TikTok personalities that doesn't have a TikTok.
I don't know.
I don't have a TikTok. I don't know if that's true.
I don't have a TikTok.
You're doing like TikToks for the podcast, but you don't have your own TikTok. But everybody was commenting, not everybody, but people were like, "What?" And then, he means Tariqa Plata.
It's something like that.
There's the guy named Tariq. I think it's like Tariqa Plata.
Okay.
But it's not this guy Levy that you're talking about.
No,
he was doing it with the guy from BJJ Fanatics, Bernardo Faria, right? He was in a video doing the Tariqa Plata.
I'm gonna show you after this.
Okay. If it's not on YouTube, I mean, I don't think that it exists.
You know what? Just shell up the $100 for that 1 year Flow Grappling subscription.
I was surprised how I put that video out. I think I went to take a shower. I came back out and it was just like in the thousands already.
Yeah.
I was just like, I
don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
All I know is your
he's
screenshots.
like all the most popular TikToks that we have. Like they're so like you can pin them on the top of TikTok, like your most popular ones.
It's probably,
they're all going to be you now. There's all three are you.
It's probably because I'm making people mad unintentionally.
No, it was good. It's like, and then people stitch it. Like they do their own version of it.
Yeah, I just learned about that.
I think okay, so I think that we should do. I want to do another one like that.
Yeah,
I want to do another one. So these are some of my ideas of things that we could list. And I don't want you to go study it. Like I want to go like do it. So name as many Gracies as you can.
Oh my gosh.
In 20 seconds.
I can't.
Name just like any jiu-jitsu term like in 20 seconds.
Takedowns or something like that.
Takedowns. I thought of takedowns. And then Sean also messaged Sean from Florida said, do takedowns.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can get that much further to like, are there like 20 leg
I could do takedowns for sure.
20 John Danaher
sayings. I need 20
original.
hours. I need 20 hours for anything that John Danaher says. It's like bust out the scroll.
I feel like we should do another one of those. If what else could we do that was like name X whatever in 20 seconds? What else could we do? Like again,
I don't know.
Takedowns, general jiu-jitsu moves,
world champions.
What was the other one I said? Oh, Gracies. How many Gracies?
Gracies.
Maybe just competitors. How many competitors can you name?
I could probably name a couple.
Yeah, name.
Yeah.
You want to do that one again?
Yeah, I could. I'll give it a try. Just catch me by surprise. I don't want to prep.
I'm horrible at like recall.
Yeah.
Like I definitely should be taking like Alpha Brain or something. I'm horrible. I'm the guy like it's on the tip of my tongue and I got to look it up. I mean, it's just getting old.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if I want to do those.
Ginkgo biloba.
Is that what I got to take?
Yeah, it's good.
I need to be taking something because I'm definitely.
Alpha Brain's pretty good too.
Yeah.
I take it.
I take something. I just can't remember what it is.
It's not working.
Very good, Bo.
There you go.
Yeah, very good.
By the way, I was over on Coral Way over here, and there's a Helion Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
Rillion? It's spelled Rillion, but it's Helion.
Yeah. Everything's an H.
Yeah.
If it starts
everything's an H.
Well, no, if it's
what you talking about? What you talking about?
The black belt, all that stuff.
What you talking about?
We mess around.
Yeah.
It's not.
They're everywhere, man. These guys have done a great job.
They multiplied.
I mean, there was a million.
It's super addictive. Here's my question. Here's my question to you. If you're single,
I am not, but
you fall in love.
Okay.
It is a female Gracie.
Okay.
The love flourishes. You're gonna get married.
Oh, I know you're gonna go with this.
Do you take the Gracie last name?
Hyphen.
No. Do you take it? Do you hyphenate it, or she takes your last name?
No. Now, okay. So I'm gonna say this. No, I wouldn't. I would never. Maybe it's male chauvinist of me to say, but no, I wouldn't take somebody else's last name. I wouldn't want to change my name.
Hyphen.
My wife. We had that discussion about hyphenating. I really wanted her to change her name. She changed her name. In that case, I think I might let my wife hyphenate.
Yeah.
If my wife hears this, I'm freaking dead.
Oh, she doesn't watch this.
My wife.
If my wife was a Gracie, I'd be like, I'd encourage her to hyphenate.
Yeah,
Not only would I take the Gracie last name, I'd find a way to put an R in the first letter of my first name. Higel Gracie.
Yeah.
No, Miguel.
All right, let's do some.
Miguel.
Let's do some housekeeping, guys. So, shout out to our Patreon podcast patrons, including gym sponsors Carlson Gracie Winter Haven in Winter Haven, Florida. CGWinterhaven.com, at Carlson Gracie _Winter Haven on IG. Carlson Gracie Broward County in North Lauderdale, Florida. Carlson Gracie BrowardCounty.com. I always forget to say Florida because it's people that are outside of Florida.
Because we're here.
It's only obvious.
John Way Martial Arts in Plantation, Florida.
Let's go, John.
JohnWayMartialArts.com and at John Way Martial Arts. Individual patrons include Jebediah Berra, Robert Walker, Frank House, Boa Athletics. Go to IG, BOA_athletics on IG. Jason Smiley, CJ Carroll, Mission 22. Chuck Red Door, and Roberto Santiago. If you'd like to support the show, visit us on patreon.com/Jiu-Jitsu Dummies, and you're automatically entered to win a drawing of up to $100 in Jiu-Jitsu swag every month. Now, we also include listeners. So
you know what I'm going to say.
So it's a mix of, if you sent us questions, you're also in that mix.
Double dip. there's a chance.
Yeah, you could get if you listen. So so now we used to like, chase people and then, or not chase them, but we would send somebody and say, hey, we used your question.
It was chasing.
So I tell them, listen, if you're going to send me a question, I want you to listen to the show. So listen to the show.
Yeah.
And you'll send us a DM and let us know, hey, use my question. Thank you so much. And we'll send you out a t-shirt. In some cases, we'll let you choose a t-shirt or a mug, depending. But again, listeners, podcast patrons, all go in the mix. And
let's go.
And we love giving shit away.
That's right.
Check out at Jiu-Jitsu Dummies for all the ways to watch, listen, and support. I'm Uncle Milty BJJ on Instagram.
I am JJD_DJJ.
You don't like to say the at. That's your new thing. You don't say the at.
You don't gotta say the at, bro. You don't need to add BJJ to your last name.
Just like you don't need www.
No. Okay. We're past that.
Bo, give me your IG again.
At BADWERKS.
See?
Okay.
Tell the pros do it.
https://www.instagram.com/JJD.
I was wondering what website he was gonna cite.
He said colon.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Great job. Bo, as always. Fist bump.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Peace, love, jiu-jitsu.
Us.